Good morning. This is a meeting of the Allegheny County Board of Property Assessment Appeals and Review. Today's January 15th, 2026. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Could we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Mr. Dooley,
Here.
Mr. Slice,
Here.
Mr. Ivy, here, okay, and I am here.
So we have a quorum. We may begin. Next, approval of the regular minutes. We have two of them, December 18th and January 2nd. We could consolidate them, correct?
Absolutely.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes from December 18th, 2025, January 2nd, 2026?
I'll make a motion to approve the-
Any public comment?
Yes, I'm sorry.
Ms. Alvarez, who is present, regarding her request for a reissued disposition with a current date.
Ms. Alvarez, is there anything you want to discuss before we make a decision on this?
Anything I want to discuss? Sorry, the audio's a little, anything I want to discuss?
Yes.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. That, me and my family have just been patiently awaiting the board's decision, hoping that we could get a current disposition to appeal our taxes.
Okay, and you spoke before this board, was it 2 weeks ago or 4? 8 weeks ago? It was 4 weeks. Yeah, and it dealt with an appeal from what year?
2023.
2023. And your request is they finish the sentence. You want us to,
My request is for a current disposition to appeal. I apologize about my voice.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So you're finished, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So, it was reviewed and, my recommendation to the board is that we deny the request. And it was not timely. We were not notified in a timely manner regarding a 2023 appeal. We're talking tax year 23, 24, 25, and 26. And, my recommendation to the board is that
Motion to deny the request for a current disposition for appeal from Ms. Alvarez.
Ms. Baldwin, is it
we have a
parcel?
second first.
Sure, second.
Second.
Is
Now we
it
can
par-
have discussion.
well, is it parcel 856H325?
Correct.
I just wanted to append that to the motion so that we had the actual.
So that will be part of this. Any discussion? None. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion is approved. And could you? There's nothing else to add. As the solicitor.
Ms. Alvarez, the board will send you a letter denying your request for a reissued disposition with the current date. You'll have the right to appeal that across the street to the Court of Common Pleas within 30 days of receipt of that letter.
May I ask one question?
Sure, go ahead.
Sir, what changed your mind? Because at the last meeting on December 18th, you were in favor of granting the disposition, and a couple of the women were not in favor on the board. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to see everybody. So I'm just asking what
So your
changed.
question is what changed my mind? I reviewed the evidence. I did not review the evidence when I was talking. It just sounded, oh, okay. But I reviewed the evidence and, I don't want to get into the weeds. You have the right to appeal our decision.
Okay.
But that's
All
my
right.
answer. I reviewed the evidence.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anyone else? Ms. Baldwin?
Yeah.
Okay, we will move on to the solicitor's report.
Solicitor has no report, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, and Item 5, items for consideration by the board administrator, Ms. Baldwin.
I have a couple on here. So on the agenda itself, I have a late file appeal for tax year 2025, parcel ID 726R428. This late file appeal was reviewed by our board solicitor, Ms. Trump, and the recommendation is to deny it as it did not meet the board's requirements for approval. And then the
And for top.
recommendation is to deny.
Is there a motion to deny?
Motion that we deny the request for parcel ID 726R428.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye. Motion is approved. Next.
And we handled Ms. Alvarez's request under public comments there.
Mhm.
So there are some things I'd like to discuss in addition to that, which is transition of, and we can wait later down the line and just keep moving forward.
Share with the solicitor and we'll decide, because I guess it's a personnel issue. right?
Yeah, it is. Just
Broad brush, 1,000 feet overview. What do you want?
talking about the training that Dory and I have been doing with regard to scheduling boards and creating boards, scheduling boards, things like that, and speaking with HR yesterday with regard to the job.
We'll do personnel for the ACARs.
Okay.
So we'll go into executive session to discuss personnel after.
And you met with human resources regarding job postings, and pleased to report we're days, not weeks away. Posting those positions. Four full-time positions. All of these people will become employees of the county of Pittsburgh, which is a good thing, right? Is there anything else? Did you prepare that report we talked about yesterday?
I did.
You have copies of it, or you want to put it up on the screen?
If you haven't already said, that's one down and stick Mr. Sully.
This is a newer version of the appeals
Oh,
report.
sorry.
It's a down and dirty, it took me 5 minutes. Yeah. And this one, we're now getting the report, since these are my numbers. When I talked about this,
Yeah.
if it's a typo, it's my fault. This is just for today, and we're gonna modify the template, but this is how we're gonna do this moving forward. There were 66,523 appeals filed for tax year 2026. That includes special appeals. As of today, appeals heard 5,725. I think we have about 40 appeals scheduled today, Ms. Baldwin.
Yes.
We have 2 hearing officers back there. So that's a pretty good number, 4 months out. I would say so. We did a good job there. Disposed. I could have said disposition, but we disposed of 4,828 of those, which I think is very good. I put an asterisk on there. That's assuming we approve the 555 to go. So 4,800. So now we have a board member backlog of about 840. Get an extra copy. You want one?
Yeah. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, it's a lot easier. So the board member backlog, I didn't put anyone's names in there. Board member 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know, these numbers aren't bad. We name them. And again, I'd like to remind the board members, and the solicitor will support me on this, there's a 98-day window, from the day of the hearing through disposition. All right?
That's
Okay. So just go back 90 days, take those out. But we are in very good shape. I'm proud to report that all of the hearings that we heard for the city of Pittsburgh were included in the certification last week, which is really, that's a historic first. That means city of Pittsburgh tax bills will go out post appeal. The only thing is, we still have a universe of less than 300 appeals, 295. half of them are commercial roughly. Many of them are high-end city commercial because we couldn't get the appraisals or the clients could.
Yeah.
So, we permitted the delay in that, but I would say we're in good shape. Are there any questions about this report? You know, you can make recommendations. I'm fine with. Yeah, sure. I would love it.
Because the public might think disposed is not the best word.
Yeah.
Maybe we could use decided and approved.
Okay,
I mean,
I thought you were gonna give me a lawyer word.
no, I know we use disposition internally because that's what we issue is we issue dispositions, but disposed kind of makes me think.
Yeah, yeah.
I threw it away, I disposed of it.
Okay.
Just a suggestion.
No, that's a great idea. Barbara, we're gonna do that. Say that again.
Decided and
Decided and
approved.
approved.
Yeah,
Decided to approve.
decided and approved.
Yeah.
That's my-
Yeah.
Yeah, because in the past I've said to people, did you get a disposition? And they'll say, what's that?
Right.
Right? No one
It's
knows.
just the way disposition goes to disposed sounds.
It's required by law to put that, or is that in the statute? Look it up.
We would call it an adjudication, we could call it whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. Any questions on the, like the board numbers or just good check? Yeah, good suggestion. Anything else?
No.
Yeah, that was easy, huh? Okay. That's my first report. Let's go to the board approval list. We only have 1 year, tax year 2026. The first parcel, I think there's 555 of them. First parcel is 307D as in dog 105. Is there a motion to approve the board approval list? Is there a second?
Second.
All right, I have the list here in front of me. Are there any refusals? All those in favor say aye. Those, it's carried unanimously. Great. We can just move on to item number 7, my report. We just have the appeals board job postings will be within a week or two, maybe. Yeah. So spread the word. We did get notice yesterday from the Office of Property Assessment regarding exemption appeals. Want to do something different this year, we can do it. The panel up here, we have 4 board members. You are all invited to participate in-person exemption hearings. To see how this process works. I think we have a few hundred. Is that right, Ms. Baldwin? I think we have
Yeah.
200 something.
I'm getting an exact number from 282.
Under 3.
283.
300. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe we would say Wednesdays and Fridays can be the days that we do that. But again, we've been doing this. Susan Thornton and I have been conducting these with our solicitor, Amy Shrub, and there's a lot there. What we do is very important, right? If you could explain it in a nutshell.
So legislative acts or tax exemption properties that are, that have other statutory granted exceptions to taxation. So you'll see like religious exemptions, things of that nature, veterans come to us for veterans exceptions, homestead exemptions. Those usually come because somebody doesn't understand I can't own 2 houses and get homestead on both. I can only have homestead on one. And your property doesn't have to be in homestead. Like some people think. So those kind of things, Lerda, things of that nature, that's what we hear at legislative acts. Legislative acts is a little bit, it's not value. It's does my property fit into a statutorily created exception for taxation in whole or in part. And if you want to work with me, Barb, if you would send me the list of them so we can see what we can do together.
Right.
You know, because I think some, and I can look at what the parcels are and have an idea of how much time we need to allocate. Because we all know if you're giving us a half an hour for a homestead, we're going to be sitting here twiddling thumbs for
Yeah. Right. And what I like about these hearings, again, it used to be board members weren't involved in this process, just the solicitor. Ms. Trump doesn't mind that we're doing this too.
I don't think it should be my decision to make. I think I should
Yeah.
advise you legally.
Yeah, and I made the suggestion that legislative acts bring the assessor in. And that really added texture to the arguments because she goes out and looks at the properties and she can give testimony. The other reason we do it in person, we might have 9 people sitting in these chairs.
All attorneys.
All attorneys out there. And if you're doing it over the phone, there's just too many talking heads, right? So, they're usually all scheduled all day long. So you will work with Ms. Baldwin
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it.
Wednesday, Fridays.
We can figure out, and I don't know how many, like, I think we can group some up too. So when I say 282, if you have UPMC, we might be able to do all of them in an hour. Because they have the same evidence.
It's the same.
It's the same, yeah, it's the same client, it's the same property owner. So we can look together and maybe get it down to a couple days.
I like that. And make sure that board members are copied on the scheduling, so they
Yeah,
know
the date.
to be here.
Sure.
We usually start those hearings at 9 a.m.
Did
You have a
you?
question?
No, I-
Give us your name, please.
Oh, Luke Fabian, Chief Assessment
Chief
Office.
Assessor.
Did you share the certification numbers with the board? Whole board? Yeah, you had the cert numbers that whenever you came in, so it saw.
Yeah,
The reason why I bring that up is it's a breakdown in there of how much is exempt
yeah, I saw that.
total. It's a significant number. You're
Yeah.
talking about billions.
Yeah.
So it's no small thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
And it just, because there you could actually see it. I wondered if you'd share the certification with them.
I didn't share it with, I shared it with the Government Review Commission last Friday. I was asked to speak before the commission with Ms. Runt and I sent them a PowerPoint presentation. Again, you can get lost in the numbers. It must be,
Well, that's the summary page,
but, yeah, sure.
just to show you the magnitude of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It's not some small.
The other thing that jumped out at me though, was the taxable. The taxable last January and the taxables this January dropped about 250 million, something like that. All right. So, yeah,
Yes.
well, I'm just saying, wow,
No,
we have all that new construction
no,
and I guess that comes from, what's going on. CLR.
yes.
Well, yeah, but it's not our decision.
Yeah, it's just been, that's big.
Yeah, yeah. Any other business? Is there a motion to adjourn? Motion to adjourn.
18.
18 what? Yes.
That's why we want to talk
Yeah.
for a long
I
time.
want to get them past 15.
It's still not even.
That's.
Good one, Lou.
Taking too long. Can I get 2 minutes?
At least you didn't say, what did you have for dinner last night? See ya.
Yeah.
Take care.
Get 2 minutes before and after your.
Want to do it now?
The thing is, I'm gonna keep the door open. That's not.
Exactly.